I think that I'm a person that loves to learn, and I also love meeting new people. So I think being involved always gives me a chance to learn new things. And also I just love the people that I get to meet.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Connect, a podcast by the Holdridge Area Chamber of Commerce. My name is Adam Hernandez. I am the host of the Connect podcast, and I'm also the communications and events coordinator here at the Holdridge Area Chamber. I'm very excited to get into today's episode with Kristine Jacobson. But before we start, I wanted to talk about some things on our community calendar. It's a very busy week here in Holdridge and in Phelps County. And so before we even start, make sure you head over to www.holdridgechamber.com and check out our events calendar for a full list with all of the details, dates, and times. But to talk about a few things, it's holiday season around here. Winter Festival is this weekend. So on Saturday, we've got Santa and fire truck rides and snowball fights and the Enchanted Winterland and a parade of lights. But before Winterfest, there are a few things on our community calendar that you should check out. The Montreal Guitar Trio will be doing Christmas Around the World at the Tassel on the 12th, as well as another coffee convos with the Holdridge Chamber ambassadors and the YMCA over at the YMCA here in Holdridge. We've got the Winter Festival with all types of details there, but we also have the group, the Phelps County Singers Group, doing a Christmas concert on Sunday the 15th at the Prairie Museum. For a full list, go to holdridgechamber.com and check out our events tab. I'm very excited to get today's episode started. Kristine Jacobson is not only very involved in the community, she is a chamber board member. She's also head of the Visitors Committee here in Phelps County. She runs her own business called KRJ Public Relations. And with that business, she's super involved in the community. So help me welcome Kristine Jacobson to the Connect podcast. Hello, Kristine.
Hey,
how are you today?
Good.
Thank you so much for sitting down with us. I'm really excited about today's episode, mostly because when I first moved to Holdridge, there were a lot of moving parts on a lot of cool projects, and I noticed that you were involved in a lot of them. So the first thing I want to get into is some of your background. I know you have a background in PR. So how did that kind of start?
First, I just have to say this is really awkward for me because usually I'm the one interviewing people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel like I've interviewed like half the people in Holdridge, which is really fun to be able to hear people's stories. So it's fun for me to be able to share today. I got started, I guess, kind of a long story. I guess I grew up here, and when I graduated from high school, I was like, I am getting out of this town and I'm never coming back. Like a lot of people have said that.
Yeah.
I went to Lincoln, I went to UNL and got a degree in news editorial journalism and started my career in newspaper. Married my high school sweetheart, I guess after graduation, and we were working in Columbus, Nebraska, and I was at the paper there, and we were there a couple years, and we just decided there was some opportunity for my husband here with farming, his family farm, and I thought I could be doing the same job closer to home, and we had a lot of family here still, and we were kind of missing home, and so we moved back, started working at the Kearney Hub. After our first son was born, I decided that I didn't want to commute to Kearney anymore. I wanted to be involved in Holdridge and work here and be involved in the community. And so it took a while to find something with, journalism type jobs in Holdridge. And so I worked at a couple of churches, and then I was very fortunate to get involved with the YMCA of the Prairie and started there in 2003. It was right at the beginning after they had done the Founders Campaign. So I was just so fortunate to be involved in that organization and ended up working there and helped start the new YMCA. I was on the original staff that hired and trained everyone, and we were just told to make the Y burst at the seams with programs and activity. And I felt like it was so fun to do that and be part of that. And just with the Y being connected on a national level too, there were a lot of great training opportunities for me and learning about everything from budgets to fundraising to board management and all of that. It was a great experience, and it was so fun to be involved with the board of directors there. And I think that's what initially got me excited about being involved and connected with my community, is because seeing those members pour their hearts out and all the work that they put into fundraising and everything they did to launch the Y in the community. And I'm still close friends with a lot of those board members today. And I think that's really where kind of just like I thought, I like this, being involved in the community and working with a team of people to make cool things happen in our community.
Yeah.
And so then I ended up working there for 11 years. I was the executive director for a time, and then I was just ready for a new challenge and always wanted to start my own business. So I started KRJ Public Relations and just celebrated 10 years a couple months ago.
Congratulations.
So,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're also involved with the Phelps County Visitors Committee.
Yeah, so that is kind of one of the clients that I added a couple years ago as part of my business. I had been involved with the Visitors Committee at different times in the past through the Y and in other roles. And with the Visitors Committee, if people don't know, it is funded through lodging taxes that are collected at the local hotels. And with the opening of the new cobblestone here a couple of years ago, that was generating more income, and there just was a need to have someone to organize all of that in a paid role. It was really getting too much for volunteers. And so I took that on, and we have a great committee. We give out grants to organizations and businesses who want to do improvements or promotional activities to help bring visitors to the community. We gave out, I put the numbers now, it was like 18 promotional grants and 9 improvement grants this year.
That is amazing.
It is amazing to think, we have a pretty small budget. We've done a lot, and we've helped things like the new Holdridge, the Country Clubhouse was one of the recipients. The Chamber has been the Holdridge Legion baseball field for some of their improvements they did for the state tournament this year. And of course the Iron Horse Arts District.
Yes.
So,
and it's a big part, with Swedish Days, the Winter Festival, Iron Horse. These are they're big projects that attract a lot of people to our town. So it's important to have a committee like that that's really just streamlined their vision to make sure people come to our community. I think that's really, really important.
Yeah.
As someone who works so closely with the Chamber, what do you think makes the Chamber a resource and a vital resource to a community this size?
Well, I think one of the great things is the Chamber is like just a partner for everybody and a connector. And I think like with the Iron Horse Arts District and also the Child Care Initiative, I mean, those are 2 pretty big things that happened this year in our community that I don't think would have happened without the Chamber. And also what you guys do to bring people into our community too with the events, like Winterfest is growing bigger and better every year. And Swedish Days, I think, was one of the biggest ever last year. And yeah, it was being on the Chamber board. It was my first time to really be on the backside of that and just seeing how much work goes into it, and
so much fun.
All the people that give to it, and the Chamber, making it happen. So
one of the things that I think sets Holdridge apart from even other communities this size is just how many moving parts and players we have here that just want to see cool things in the community. And I think you're one of those. So that's fun. What do you think makes Phelps County a unique destination for visitors? It's
interesting because I don't think that we see ourselves as a tourism destination. But Chad and I, we like to travel a lot. We're empty nesters now. And so we traveled a lot this past year to big and small towns. And, it's fun to get away to a city every now and then. But people are looking for that small town experience too. And some of the smaller towns that we've been to, where I thought, gosh, Holdridge has all these things. And we have this to offer. We should really be telling people about it. Yeah. So that's part of my role. In helping share that story of what we do have here for tourists who bring dollars into our community. And a couple of the things that are trends right now in tourism are, we found out that birding is one of the fastest growing outdoor recreational activities. And how Kearney has really capitalized on the cranes and people coming for birding. And we have birds here too.
Yeah.
And so we need to work to get some people down to Holdridge too to experience that. The Funk Waterfowl Production Area is a great bird viewing area, and there's some other areas too. We are actually working with local artists right now to do a birding map, and then you can see where the best birding places are in Phelps County and certain birds that you can see there to try and help promote that. Yeah, and the other thing that is popular right now is like dark sky viewing and like spending time in silence. People want this just really place to escape and find silence, and Phelps County is perfect for that. And one of our big draws that bring a lot of people in is the Speakeasy restaurant.
Yeah.
And you can totally have that dark sky experience out even there.
Yeah.
I would encourage, if people are interested in agritourism opportunities, I think there's a ton of potential there.
Yeah.
Just Airbnbs out in the country or farm experiences, things like that are a lot of opportunity. And of course, the things that we have already, the museum is amazing, and our parks, and Jeremy Hansen Art Gallery, bronze sculpture tours. And we really are focusing on this coming year on our art and our nature, birding, outdoor opportunities.
It's funny you mentioned quiet. The other night, this is about a week ago maybe, I went to the Midtown Sculpture Garden when it was dark. And it was so quiet, and it was peaceful, and it's just so beautiful out there.
Yeah,
so,
it is so pretty.
The night sky was part of it. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So you've really been pretty deeply involved in the community and community development. What are some changes or growth that you've seen in Holdridge or in Phelps County that you're most proud of?
Well, I would say, definitely I'm proud of my involvement with the YMCA. I think that's a huge asset to our community, and they bring in visitors too, but also just for the health of our community and taking care of our kids. One of the things that I've worked on since probably the beginning of my business is working with PCDC, and I work on their quarterly newsletter, the Phelps County Business Journal. And it's so fun every time we get together to plan it out. There's always so many great things to report on what's going on in the community, and PCDC has been a big driver a lot of those changes too, of community growth, and they've got some exciting things coming up in the future too that could really impact our community. And so it's been great to work alongside PCDC and help share their story and promote what they're doing to grow our community. But lately, I guess being involved in the Iron Horse Arts District has been really rewarding. Oh my gosh. Just all the, promoting what we already have here, the rich history that we have in the arts, and then helping be part of the team that's bringing a new event here, and the mural, the fantastic new mural that we have.
It's beautiful.
Yes, and now we have got the pop-up art galleries going on, and we're working on getting festoon lighting downtown just to make Holdridge even more vibrant than it already is.
That Iron Horse Festival this year was such a fun time. It was such a successful first ever event, and I still hear all the time. And one of the important things that I've heard is all of those people showed up for art.
I know.
And you think about all these people that showed up. It wasn't about anything else besides just art. It was such a beautiful day. Yeah. It was amazing. It was a really good time.
I'm not I don't consider myself an artist, but I'm so inspired by art. And I've always loved, I was in band and stuff like that, but not a performer, I guess. But I am still so inspired when I see amazing work of art or hear a concert or someone sing really well. And I just think art enriches everybody's lives.
It was amazing. Being able to watch Luke Mills sing and do his guitar, and then you turn around and here's Jeremy Hansen making a custom Iron Horse mural. It was just an amazing day. What motivates you to give back? I know you have roots here and your husband have roots here, but what motivates you to give back and to continue staying engaged?
I think that I'm a person that loves to learn, and I also love meeting new people. So I think being involved always gives me a chance to learn new things. And also I just love the people that I get to meet. Being on the chamber board has been fun, just knowing, getting to know the other board members and the staff here. The Iron Horse has been awesome with just such a fun group of motivated people too. And just
many fun people.
New friends,
Yeah.
And like I said, even, being involved with the Y those years ago, I'm still friends with a lot of those people.
Well, one thing I like to end every episode with is just one piece of advice that you'd like to leave our listeners with.
I would just say, if you want to get more involved in the community, then show up and say yes. Letting people know that you want to be involved is part of it too. And obviously there are certain times in your life when you can, you have more time to be involved than others. But yeah, just letting people know, and then, invitations will start coming, and just show up and say yes, and it's very rewarding.